So hi, my name is Brandon Shannon. I'm the founder of Brandon Entertainment, and today I'm here Ali, the director of content for Locked On Podcast Network. Thank you for coming.
Happy to be here.
I'm excited for the conversation ahead. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to join me.
Of course.
I have a few questions for you.
Go ahead.
So, what are your responsibilities for being a director on Locked On Podcasts?
There's a lot. And I work in a lot of different areas for the company. First and foremost, one of my main jobs is getting together with our new hosts and helping them develop their voice, finding good takeaways within their opinions on the teams that they're covering, showing them how to build an effective podcast for their listeners. Another area that I work in a little bit with would be the social media aspect. I don't create any of our social content, but I do help direct them in areas as to what sports topics are trending, who's having the best games every night, what topics might generate some good conversation, not only on our social media platforms, but within our hosts on their shows as well.
That's awesome. And what's your favorite thing to do on Locked On Podcasts?
Oh, that's a tough question. I would say my favorite thing to do is brainstorm. I love a good just brainstorming session with multiple people where we're either creating a new show or talking about how we can stand out in a crowd or bringing just new aspects of our company to light. We've been doing a lot of cool things over the past couple of years. And I get to kind of have a hand in all of it. And so it's just exciting. And I really like when the conversation is on the ground floor and you get to really kind of brainstorm it and then watch it come to life.
That's pretty awesome. And what's the most successful event or specialty program you've overseen?
So right now we are in the middle of our second collaboration with Fire TV. We did the first one back in March. It was a 3-week long show that aired on Fire TV channels, and it brought in over 3 million viewers in the 3 weeks. It was a recap show of both the men's and the women's tournament action. We built out a huge studio and developed that show from nothing. And it was a huge success. And it led us to doing what we're currently doing now with Fire TV channels, which is a show called College Football Kickoff. The show is recorded on Wednesdays each week to start the conversation ahead of the next week's games. And so far, that's been a huge success as well.
Wow. And what made it successful?
It's always the group of people, right? And it's not, from in every aspect of a production, the on-set talent, they're fantastic. They're great. We love them. What's really kind of made these shows come together is the pieces that we've put around them, the cameramen, the directors, the producers. All of these people are so great, and they have taken some of all of our ideas and kind of made them come to life on a set, and working with them has been fantastic, and they are the reason these shows are successful.
Wow. And have you introduced any new formats, strategies, or tools that can improve production or engagement?
Yeah, so we as a company were really only in the audio space for a long time, and then the YouTube explosion happened. And we got all of our shows up on YouTube within like 3 months. And we're talking 200 plus daily shows. And, that caused us to have to kind of stop and take a look at the landscape of how people watch sports podcasts on YouTube. And we changed a little bit, not everything, but we changed a little bit of how we format shows. You'll see all of our shows start with a cold open, which is just one sentence on what's going to happen. It should be quick and opinionated and right to the point, and it grabs your attention so that you're then going to sit there through the opening production and the introduction and into the show. But we felt that the biggest need was to get people content right off the bat. And so we changed how we format our shows to make sure that no matter when you click on a Locked On show, the first thing you get is a piece of content.
So for me, I use CapCut to edit my videos, and it's been really helpful for me.
Yeah, we use a lot of different platforms. Our hosts are their own editors and producers, and so we don't really dictate what they have to edit on. They all edit on different platforms based on their comfortability. You might see a lot of people who are experienced editors using, Adobe Premiere, but some of our hosts that aren't as, technologically inclined, they're going to use something that's a little bit easier. And, we're not in, our shows aren't big produced studio shows. And so we don't really have the need to edit a ton. We go, we like to record as live. And so unless there's a huge mistake in there, a lot of our hosts don't even have to touch an editing software.
Wow. And what are some ways I can improve my podcast?
I think everyone just, a good tip for everyone is practice. Practice in not just on the camera, but in everyday life, having conversations with people. The more you can talk to people, the more you can converse with people, the more comfortable it feels for everybody. And the more comfortable you feel in yourself. One of the biggest things I tell all of our hosts is that don't try to be anybody else. I want you to be you. But I also want you to be about 120% of you. You should be the most energetic and passionate version of yourself when you're hosting your podcast, because it is an entertainment business and we want people to see us at our best. And so you should always feel engaged. You want to lean into the camera. You want to look the viewer right in the eye. You want to have that conversation like sometimes I use this with some of our hosts. Pretend like you're on a first date. Not with someone who you're interviewing, because that can be awkward, but if you're talking to an audience, pretend that's a first date, because you're bringing your best self to that first date, right? We don't bring our, C-level personality out on a first date. We bring the A game. So pay attention to the audience. Treat them like they're sitting across from you at a table and you want to engage them. And a lot of times that's enough to bring people in.
Thank you for the advice. I will do that for our next interviews. And thank you for coming. And it was a pleasure to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you.